This is an update on the Eden garden. This is my first year, and as I've said in previous videos, I rotted the chips for about 8 months, and everything is actually doing better this year than it has any other year. I'm not sure what kind of squash this is, so don't quote me. I know that this one is zucchini because it's already producing, and it is just a massive plant. Even though it's essentially only about a month and a half old, it froze because I told the watering system to come on at midnight instead of 12 noon. But what I want to point out is just how easy all the weeds and grasses and all the things you don't want pull out. So these are some weeds, no telling how old they are. They're probably pretty old. They don't really seem to thrive. But this, it just comes right out. The whole cluster of roots, everything. The whole cluster of roots. I'd say 90% of them are just like that. This is some grass. This is actually the first grass that I've seen growing. But again, same thing. The whole cluster of roots. Some other weed. Whole cluster of roots. So there's a couple, sporadic little weeds, but they're so small I'm not even really going to worry about them. But basically, I think for this being a first year, everything's doing really good. And the water retention is just amazing. I water quite a bit, not excessively though. And digging down into this, you can see it's just super, super moist. And all of this is breaking down quite nicely. The plants that are actually planted in it really seem to love it. What I did this year, because I wasn't 100% confident that this was going to work, I dug trenches. So you can see this is the actual dirt that was below. I dug trenches and I filled them with the compost from the year before. And the plants that are growing in there are doing okay. This is some broccoli / cauliflower, I'm not sure because I just threw the seeds out. They're doing good. The birds are mistreating them though. So here's an example of a weed that has been growing in the dirt, and as you can see, now you can see it's rooted quite well. This one's probably just going to break off, but it's no older than any of the others. Yeah, we just broke all that off. No roots. That'll be back in a few days. And there's some goat heads that are just starting, and you can see the soil below them. They just love that soil, but they hate these wood chips. This is some spinach. I've been eating off of these quite heavily. It's really good. It's got a really good flavor this year. And some of them are starting to go to seed. Starting to get some little seed heads. So hopefully I'll be saving some seeds at the end of the year. And this is basically our sacrificial lettuce. The finches will not leave this alone. It's not uncommon to see 5 or 6 of them out here every day. I'm surprised it's doing as well as it is. It's trying to seed, but I think it's not going to yield anything for us. A couple of flowers. And again, everything was planted really late. I wasn't really sure that we were even going to be ready this year. And this is my second generation of corn. They're not very tall yet. They're about 3 feet. They're only about a month old max. And this is the old corn. They've been around since the beginning. They were severely frostbitten in my watering mishap also, but they're now over 6 feet tall. I have to look up to the tops of most of them. And I'm hoping to get another load of wood chips. Here's some asparagus. This is the 3rd year of asparagus. I just harvested a few shoots, nothing major. Didn't really seem like it was ready. But I have about a 16-foot row here available, so I'm hoping that at the end of this year when I dig it up I can fill the row. And this is my compost pile for next year. Let me stand back. For next year, I want to add some more wood chips out here. Maybe another 20 or 30 yards max. But this thing is just enormous. Right now at its heap, I'd say it's 4.5 feet tall and a radius of at least 4 feet. And we got several different layers. It's mostly green this year, which isn't ideal, but here it is. This is a load of horse manure. And down below there's a bunch of cardboard boxes and other miscellaneous yard clippings and things from getting the yard ready. And then this is all grass. I did something different this year, and I called a lawn service, and they were more than happy to give me 3 or 4 weeks worth of clippings. So that really put this over the top. It's quite smelly now though, and these are the weeds that are growing as a result of the overwatering from the sprinkler. I don't even want to try to pull them because I know what a nightmare that's going to be. I'll probably just let them go to seed. I don't really care. Not my problem. Bury it all with wood chips. And I think that, well, here's some potatoes. I have a row of potatoes. I'm not going to worry about burying them up or anything else. I'm just going to let them do whatever it is they do. If they make it, they make it. If not, whatever. And I think that's the end of the video for today.